And I can't wait to see what they do with this torso in terms of other figures, especially Mythic Legions. DorkLair! Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Cosmic Legions Olek Thygar Gravering Test Shot. Big thank you to Eric Miller and Eric Bachman who collaborated to get this figure into my hands for review. This figure does belong to Eric Miller, and as such, I will not be pushing the articulation too hard or doing any swaps or anything like that, but big shout out and thank you to those guys for helping me get this review going. Anyway, let's get into this review. Okay, zooming in for a close-up of Olek Thygar Gravering version. So there's two versions of Olek. One of them is the spacesuit version, and one is this Gravering version. This is like the arena fighter version of Olek Thygar. And we've got this new 1.0 sized body with all of the scales and all of that like lizardy detail going on. So that's a really cool addition. That's not only going to be a Cosmic Legion part, but that is definitely going to be something that gets utilized with Mythic Legions. I would bet my money on it. One thing I did notice is that the head sits pretty high, and that's because this ball peg, I feel like it should be sunken into the torso a little bit more. That post is showing quite a bit. So I know that these are not final pieces, so hopefully in the next, update, they're going to fix that, but we'll see when it releases. I do hope that's a little bit lower there. But other than that, the shape and the sculpt and everything is incredible. Just all these scaly details. This is a backpack piece that plugs into that rectangular plug. And that's slightly offcentered too. The peg behind it is angled a little bit. So hopefully that's not like an issue, but just like a one-off type situation. And we've got the belt, which I don't have that other figure still with me, but I think this is pretty similar to the previous Olek. Same pants as well. And probably the same lower legs. I do think that one had boots, and then this one has like bare feet. But very, very cool sculpt. Here's a look at the back. He does have the butt cover. Awesome piece. Really cool. I'm just super pumped for this line. I can't wait to see what they do with this torso in terms of other figures, especially Mythic Legions. Here's a zoomed out look at Olek so you can see his overall silhouette and shape, and his horns bring him just slightly above 7 inches. Here he is next to my Cosmic test shot on the left, Baron Kronagar, and on the right, my Cosmic Legions test shot, Vorga. Next up, a couple Mythic Legions. On the left is a Kit Bash using Furious 4 parts. On the right is Tibius. Both of these head sculpts on these figures are custom painted by Eric Miller, EM Custom Parts, who kindly enough loaned me this Thygar test shot. Next, a couple other familiar lines. On the left is a Mezco Craig, also with an EM Custom Parts custom painted head. And on the right is a Masterverse He-Man Kit Bash, also with a custom head painted by EM Custom Parts. And finally, we have a Valaverse Action Force Kit Bashed Swarm Trooper on the left. And on the right is Animals of the Warrior Kingdom Primal Series Pale. Next up for accessories, one of the cool things about this line is that they're going to have all these little holes or these ports that you can add accessories to. So for example, like this is going to come in a clear plastic and it's going to be like a hologram of a ship as a readout coming off of his arm gear right there. So there's that accessory. He does come with 5 sets of hands. First, he has a pair of gripping hands with horizontal hinges. Then he's got a pair of gripping hands with vertical hinges. Then he's got a pair of gesturing hands with horizontal hinges. And he's got a pair of trigger finger hands with horizontal hinges and a pair of trigger finger hands with vertical hinges. Another accessory he comes with is this staff with a topper here. And then there's a version of it without the topper, but he also comes with the topper as if it's a ball and chain type weapon. So I imagine he's pulling this thing out of the top, and then he's got this metal chain. He's got that topper as a weapon. So big, long arena weapon for our gladiator here. And he does come with 4 of these little adapter pieces that you can port into those holes, but he doesn't actually come with anything that would use these. I think these are just going to come standard with all the figures so that you can do some swaps between figures. Finally, for articulation, the head is on that ball joint that does, like I said, sit a little high. Again, hopefully they'll fix that in the final product. And then the arm is on a hinge and swivel. And these arms are not in there great, so I'm not going to like move this thing too much. Single jointed elbows come up to a little bit less than 90 degrees. Twist at the elbow, twist at the wrist, twist at the hand, and also the hinge. Some of the hands have vertical, some have horizontal hinges. He's got the typical ball joint at the waist. And again, I'm not going to push things. It's not going forward, so I'm not going to try to push it too much. But I'm assuming this will probably go forward. It's just a little stiff. I don't want to wear out Eric's figure. And then the legs do kick forward and back. They go out into the splits. There's a twist at the thigh. These legs right here are straight up Mythic Legions cloth legs that debuted in the Alethea wave. Single jointed knee, twist below the knee, and then you've got the ankle rocker and hinge. So again, I apologize for not going completely all out with the full limits of the articulation. But again, this is not my figure. It's Eric Miller's. Thank you again, Eric Miller, for loaning me this figure. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. And until next time, may the Force be with you.